Akashi. It's been a week since that strange meeting, but nothing changed. Bokuuto, the owl boy, continues to stare at me from afar. Iwaizumi continues to annoy Toru, and Kuru, while surrounded by about 20 girls, looks at Kenma. And in our class, 2 other boys from Tokyo joined, Daichi, whom Koshi already seems to have fallen in love with, and Sakusa, a really mysterious boy. My thoughts are interrupted by someone's presence. Who are you thinking of, Kashi? Only one person calls me that way. Hello to you too, Bokuuto. My expression suddenly becomes serious as Kenma approaches me, and signals me to get up from my chair, and follow him. I leave Bokuuto in suspension, as I greet him with a glance and leave the classroom with my friend. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Bokuuto pouting. The less I am with Bokuuto, the worse I feel, except for the chills. But I don't know why he has this effect on me. Bokuuto. A week has already flown by, and I'm trying to get close to Akashi, but every time I try, someone from his group always comes to take him away. In addition, Daichi, my other best friend, who managed to drive away Sugura, and Sakusa, a vampire from my family's enemy, and who is already flirting with Keiji, arrived in my class. I see Akashi alone and decide to approach him, but I see that he's looking at Sakusa. Who are you thinking of, Kashi? At my voice, Keiji awakens from his thoughts. Hello to you too, Bokuuto. His serious expression almost frightens me. He is always happy with the others, but when I arrive he seems to darken. He doesn't even answer my question, because Kenma takes him away, making up a stupid excuse. I clench my hands in 2 fists, and my fangs pop out. Now it's time to use hard manners to bring Keiji to my feet. Tobio puts a hand on my shoulder, and I turn towards him, scaring him with my bloody red eyes. As soon as I notice the boy in front of me, I immediately calm down, sighing shortly after, apologizing indirectly. What is it, Tobio? They sent me to look for you, since it's lunchtime and we're all already at the table. Did you leave Tetsu and Kenny together? I ask while I walk with him, who rolls his eyes. No, Tetsu will be with some girl. At the table there are Hajime, Daichi, and a grey-haired boy. Sugura at our table? Maybe Akashi will be there too. Don't ask me anything. I think Daichi invited him. I remain silent, thinking about how Daichi managed to get so close to that boy, after not even 3 days of arriving at college. I stop suddenly, after Tobio grabs my arm. There's the orange-haired boy again, this time with a dyed blonde boy. Hi Kags, wait for me after class, because the library is not easy to find. I notice how the short guy has a different uniform from ours. Maybe he belongs to some club? Isn't that the student council uniform? I also notice how Tobio blushed almost immediately and became paralyzed. Yes, sure Hinata. Tobio stutters and nods slightly, before greeting Hinata with a wave of his hand, who greets us with a smile. I nudge him lightly in the arm, winking. Did you fall in love so quickly? Tobio growls and pouts, starting to walk faster. Ugh. Come on Tobio, I was joking. I should learn from you, to be honest. Tobio looks at me, not understanding what I was referring to. When we get to the table, I immediately notice my friends intent on eating, even if they are chatting animatedly. Daichi, as soon as he sees me, stands up, and I greet him with a brotherly hug. Behind him I notice Sakusa and Keiji, who are talking. Sakusa looks at me for a moment, smiling meanly, then returns to look at Akashi, approaching him. Fuck, I want that son of a bitch dead. Bro, calm down. Tetsu approaches, with a group of girls behind. Tetsu, do you know that abusing the charm is bad for you? At the same moment, Kenma and Oiko approach, only to talk to Sugura, and I notice the look of the shortest scrolling on the figure of my best friend. What's going on here? What did I miss this week, even though I was there? Akashi. A new guy arrived in class today, and Kenma insisted that I show him the college, even though it's Shoyo's job. But Shoyo told me he's busy with a guy on a class project, so he left the reins to me. 𝐸𝐸𝐴 is a really beautiful and intelligent boy, but also mysterious and interesting, yet, I do nothing but compare him to Bokuuto. Why doesn't that boy come out of my head? Hi KG, since the lessons are over, would you like to take me to the library? Here is 𝐸𝐸𝐴 interrupting my thoughts, and, unconsciously, I nod. Why did I nod? I jump up and follow him out of the classroom, grabbing his arm. I don't know what I'm doing, I can't control my actions, but I like it. And I see him smile meanly, before walking towards the library. In the library. As soon as I set foot in the library, I come back to myself and shake my head. 𝐸𝐸𝐴 greets me with a wave of the hand and walks away, and leaves me alone. At the door, I see from a distance an orange head, intent on talking to a boy I've never seen. I see him very taken by that boy, so much so that he has his chin resting on the palms of his hands, which, in turn, are squeezing his cheeks. But a hand on my shoulder makes me turn to my left. It's Koshi, with that dark-haired boy, who had just arrived a few days ago. Hey Koshi. Hi Daichi. Hello Akashi. Are you alone KG? I'm about to answer, but the words die in my throat. Behind them, I could see someone very familiar to me. Bokuuto literally has a girl attached to his body, while they are eating their faces, instead of making out. Why do I feel a knot in my stomach? Why do I feel my head heavy and my legs failing? Why do I feel my eyes pinch? Why are you doing this to me, Bokuuto? KG, come with me, I'll take you back to your apartment. Koshi takes me by the arm, and, after saying goodbye to his friend, drags me out of the library, and quickly takes me to my apartment. What's wrong KG? You were about to cry in the library. Koshi, I have no idea. I'm going to say something. I want to say something. But the scene in my head repeats itself indefinitely. Now, go to your room and rest, okay? Maybe you are too tired for the stressful lessons. If you need company, you can call me. I nod to Koshi's words, and hug him, before the boy leaves the front door, leaving me alone. The images in my head come back again, and I lay on the bed, curling up. I feel my eyes pinch again, and the hot tears stream down my cheeks, and I let out some sobs. Fuck, I wish I was that girl. But why I'm thinking about this? Why do I feel jealousy running through my veins? But most of all, why I'm crying so bad for a guy I met a week ago? Fuck you, Kotaro. Fuck you. Bokuuto. After the lessons, I run away from the class and I follow Tobio to the library. He has a sort of date, even if he says it's not like that, with Hinata. What are you planning to do? Your face doesn't convince me. MH. What are you assuming? Lovebird. Tobio nudges me, and I pretend to have hurt myself. I don't want to do anything. By the way, whatever you want to do, just know that you are doing a huge bullshit. No, Tobio, don't become my conscience. Ko, if you like Akashi, why don't you tell him? My eyes widen and I start coughing. I hate him when he becomes my conscience, and so I decide not to answer him. Shortly after, I see Hinata grabbing his arm and taking him away in a second, not even giving me time to say goodbye. Well, have fun Tobio. In the library, I go in search of some books that could be useful for my lessons, but I only find a girl, who stares hard at me and blushes as soon as I look at her. I also hear Akashi's voice from afar, and I decide to do something that I would never have done as a rational. I use a charm on the girl, making her fall at my feet. The girl immediately sticks to my chest and sticks to my lips, not allowing me to move. The charm makes me more vulnerable, preventing me from detaching myself from the girl. Only after a few minutes, I notice a pair of gunmetal blue eyes on me, eyes that fill with tears almost immediately. I see Sugora dragging Keiji away, as Daichi turns to me, glaring at me. I'm sorry, I didn't want to do this. I leave that girl, who shortly after leans on the shelf, still stunned by the charm. Ko, what the fuck are you doing? Akashi was about to cry. Are you stupid? Daichi was still talking to me, scolding me, but my head is focused on the image of Keiji crying. Crying because of me. I fucking screwed up everything. I'm so sorry, baby Kashi. Kageyama. In the library. How did I get there in the library? I don't know. Hinata and I were supposed to meet after class, but he had business to do, and I had to walk with Bokuuto to the library. I don't know what the owl boy has on his mind, but I feel it's nothing good. And I try to make him reflect. What are you planning to do? Your face doesn't convince me. MH. What are you assuming? Lovebird. I look at him badly for the nickname he gave me, and I nudge him in the side. You have to stop calling me a lovebird. I don't want to do anything. By the way, Kotaro looks away, and I already understand that he's lying. Whatever you want to do, just know that you are doing a huge bullshit. No, Tobio, don't become my conscience. Oh yes, instead, Kotaro. Now I touch one of your sore points. If you like Akashi, why don't you tell him? I see him widen his eyes and start coughing, avoiding answering my question, and confirming my idea that he's going to do some bullshit. I'm about to tell him something, when I'm grabbed by the arm and dragged away by Hinata, at the speed of light. I turn to Kotaro. I see that he winks at me, and then goes in search of something, but certainly not a book. You'll regret it, Ko. After 2 minutes, Hinata and I sit at one of the library tables, with a stack of human anatomy books next to us. Hinata looks at me with sparkling eyes, while his face is resting on his palms, and his elbows are resting on the table. Where do we start from? I would like to use the charm to make it easier for me to talk, but I don't want it to reach too many people. So I try to get all my courage out. I have no idea. Which part of the body do you prefer? He asks innocently, but my head does space travel thinking about something else. I would start from the torso and abs. Do you have abs, Kags? His sudden question makes my eyes widen, and I blush suddenly, but I nod silently, hoping he won't ask me any further questions. Lucky you. I don't even have a muscle. In fact, I look like a little girl. Don't say that. You should just go to the gym. Do you go there? I nod again, trying to focus on the project we need to do, but the guy in front of me makes it more difficult. Why does he have to be so extremely cute? And why he isn't doing anything for the project? After a while I see him pick up a book, and absently read something, while he bites his pencil with his teeth. Tobio, focus on the project, and don't let your vampire instincts take over. After about 20 minutes, I see Sugora approaching the two of us. Hinata looks at him with annoyed eyes, as if he wanted more from our study session. Trust me Hinata, I also wanted something more. Shoyo, can you go to KG as soon as possible? What's going on Koshi? He's not feeling good? Sugora shakes his head and whispers something in his ear, but thanks to my skills I can hear everything. He was about to cry in front of everyone. I think it's for that guy with grey-black hair. Oh, Kotaro, you are in a lot of trouble. How many times has your father told you not to play with the prey? Kags, sorry but I have to go. Can you come over after? You know the number of my apartment anyway. Yes, okay, see you later. And I see him running out of the library, after he smiles and winks at me. Dumbus Hinata, why are you doing this to me? Hinata, in the library. For the first time in 20 years, I arrived late for a date. Well, it's not really a date, it's more of a study session with a really nice classmate of mine. As soon as I see him talking to his friend with strange hair, I grab him by the arm, and carry him to the first empty table. Fortunately, I've already had put aside all the books we need, but we don't really know the topic to start with. Where do we start from? Kageyama looks at me, hiding behind the infinite books that surround us. I have no idea. Which part of the body do you prefer? My question isn't meant to be innocent. I just want to know a little more about him, because we talk very little in class, since he is always attached to the blonde boy. Maybe he is his boyfriend? I would start from the torso and abs. Do you have abs, Kags? I see him blush to the tips of his ears, and that makes me giggle. Excuse me Kags for being so shameless and direct, but now I would like to see these abs. Damn it, I don't have to think about these things. Ugh, lucky you. I don't even have a muscle. In fact, I look like a little girl. I see him make a strange face before he looks me over again. Don't say that, you should just go to the gym. Do you go there? He nods again, but he is too caught up in the project that I can't keep making fun of him. Why do you have to be so attractive and mysterious? After my question, I decide to get to work and grab one of the menu books and start leafing through the pages without wanting to, while biting one of my pencils. 20 minutes passed, and I feel someone touch my shoulder. I turn and see Koshi with a worried look on his face. I hope he doesn't ask me to do something, because I don't want to leave Kageyama. Shoyo, can you go to Keiji as soon as possible? Keiji? Wasn't he with a newcomer? What's going on, Koshi? He's not feeling good? Koshi shakes his head and whispers the answer in my ear, so as not to let the boy in front of me hear it. He was about to cry in front of everyone. I think it's for that guy with grey black hair. I look at him dazed, and then I understand. Keiji told me he thinks he has a crush on Bokuuto, and that he doesn't know how to handle it. And seeing how his last relationship ended, I decide to hurry up and go to him to comfort him. I turn to Kageyama, who is staring at me with his blue eyes. Fuck, Tobio, don't look at me like that. Kags, sorry but I have to go. Can you come over after? You know the number of my apartment anyway. I see him freeze for a moment. Yes, okay, see you later. I smile at him and wink at him, before running towards Keiji's apartment. In Keiji's apartment, I ring the bell several times, hoping for an answer that comes after a few minutes. Keiji opens the door a little, and I hear him running towards his room. Keiji, it's me, Shoyo. No reply. So I decide to enter and walk to his room, from which I hear sobs coming. The door is half open, and through the fissure I see Keiji curled up on his bed, sobbing. I decide to go in and close the door. Keiji. I see him jump slightly, then he quickly wipes away his tears and sits up, pretending to be fine. It's useless for you to pretend. Koshi told me everything. Would you like to tell me what happened? Keiji hesitates, so I sit next to him and grab his hands, squeezing them. I'm a stupid Shoyo. As I was in my old relationship, I am now too. I fell in love with a guy I've known for less than a week. His words hurt me indirectly, and I hug him, as he starts crying again. Keiji, you're not stupid. If you are in love, it doesn't mean that you are stupid. And don't remember the past, because that's what makes you feel so bad. Keiji rests his head on my shoulder and sighs heavily, before sniffling and wiping away the last of the dry tears on his cheeks. If you're stupid because you're in love, then so am I. And Koshi is too. And also Toru. We are all stupidly in love, Keiji. Aren't you happy to be like that? Don't you have butterflies in your stomach when you see him? It seems like I'm asking those questions to myself, because I'm starting to feel my eyes pinch. After a few seconds, Keiji seems to have calmed down, and I notice that he has fallen asleep on my shoulder. So I help him lie down and cover him. Then I run out of his apartment, trying to make as little noise as possible. And then a question pops up in my head. Am I in love with Kageyama?